when the music fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come, longing just to bring something that's worth.
So a little bit of a long gospel this weekend, but there's one line that I want to focus on. Those that are trustworthy in small matters are also therefore trustworthy in great matters. How true is that on the field and off the field, and also in our spiritual life? I remember my father, who was my own wrestling coach, telling us, if you want to be able to hit a double leg takedown in the state finals, then you have to practice that double leg takedown and the little things of technique 1,000 times. You have to hit it perfectly in practice in order to be successful when that big moment comes. Because if you practice the small things, kind of cutting corners, not doing them well, then when it comes time for that moment when it really matters, you're going to make mistakes. You're not going to perform to your best. And how true is that? You hear any great athlete talk about what was the key to their success. It was always in the little things. Even Kobe Bryant, one of the great basketball players, also a Catholic and devoted in his faith, especially later on in his life. He said the reason why he didn't pass the ball to some of his teammates was because he didn't trust them with the responsibility in that moment, because in practice, they didn't take the small things seriously. And people would say of Kobe Bryant, they always saw him practicing the small things, this step, this shot, this little part of technique. Before practice, he was getting reps in. After practice, he was getting reps in. He was getting his sleep. He was icing his muscles. He was doing all of the little things right so that when that big moment comes, he could be successful. Because we will have opportunities in life. And if we have done the small things well, then those big opportunities, we will become the champions. And the ultimate goal, the ultimate championship is heaven. And so in our spiritual lives, if you can't make your bed up every morning, how can you say I can be a saint? If you can't do the dishes, how can you be a saint? If you can't hold the door open for someone, how can you be a saint? If you can't say a prayer every day, how can you be a saint? Do the small things well, and you will be a champion. God bless and good luck.
So I was a walk-on at the University of New Mexico. I had 0 scholarship offers out of high school, and I'm born and raised in Albuquerque, so I decided I would walk into the coach's office and ask if I could be on the team. And he was impressed because I walked into his office, and he said, yeah, come to the team meeting on Tuesday. And I joined the team, and I played there for 1.5 years. I was blessed to play with my brother, who was already on the team. And we ended up getting put on scholarship on the same day during fall camp. And it was the greatest accomplishment of our football lives. And we played 1 year, and we received a notice at the end of the season that we'd been taken off of athletic scholarship. And we talked to our coach, and he told us that he didn't think we produced enough to play. And so we felt like our lives were over. And we entered the transfer portal, and thank God we arrived. We had an opportunity to come to the University of Idaho, and that's exactly what God had planned for my life. I encountered a number of missionaries here who changed my life, most specifically having experiences at Eucharistic adoration where missionaries encouraged me to go to retreats and to go on mission trips. And I had the opportunity to encounter Jesus, the person of Jesus, in the real presence of the Eucharist. And it not only changed my perspective on life, it also changed my football career, learning concepts like my performance is not my identity, learning how to renounce lies on the football field, learning how to overcome fear. One of my favorite things that I tell myself is fear is false evidence appearing real. And when I experienced that fear, I renounced the lies, name the lie, proclaim the truth. And so I'm just so grateful for my life to have come to the realization that football and the Christian life are so interconnected. And I'm just so grateful for everything that God has blessed me with.